Cancer, welcome to your weekly tarot reading for June the 20th to the 26th. Let's get started, Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising, and see what messages we have for you this week. We're going to do a Celtic cross and see what messages you'll receive for your week ahead. All right. For Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising, where are you at now? The Fool, love it. Cancer, you may have just started something new, or you may be about to start something new, taking a leap of faith, fresh eyes on a perspective here, fresh eyes on a situation, shifting your perspective into one where you're willing to sort of take a risk and willing to just go for something. What is the obstacle for Cancer as they take this leap of faith? Oh my goodness, that's too many cards. Let's put those back in. What is the obstacle for Cancer? Trust. Interesting. You got to take a risk, but you're feeling like you don't know if you can trust something around you. Emperor in reverse can be a lack of trust. It can also sort of be a time where you're feeling a little stubborn and feeling like you need to control how this new beginning happens instead of just letting things fall into place. Sometimes that's what we need to do. We have to surrender control and trust that things will fall into place, right? You're not feeling that trust right now. What's top of mind for Cancer in this situation is the Four of Swords. So you got to be putting those thoughts to rest, bringing stillness to the mind and allowing some rejuvenation, some healing, some time off from thinking about how you don't trust this situation. Don't try to overly control how things happen, sort of being open-minded, right? Like releasing those thoughts and coming into a place of acceptance and healing. So it's interesting. You're needing to bring your mind into rest. We see at the root of this, the King of Pentacles in reverse, which is an interesting card to see in that position because the King of Pentacles is King Midas. So everything he touches turns to gold. But that card's in reverse, and in that position, that tells me that you don't feel confident. You could be obsessing over the idea that you have to have material success in order to be successful, that it has to sort of be in the form of resources or energy in order for it to be legit. But I don't know, you could be overly focused on that idea. You also could be sort of not feeling like you have the potential to do this. You could be doubting yourself. Right? You could be doubting yourself, and that's why we see the Four of Swords, that you need to bring those ideas to rest. Remove those limiting thoughts, because at the root of this, it's draining your confidence, right? What are the past energies related to this? Oh, that's too many. Let's shuffle again. What are the past energies relating to this? We see, yeah, you need more self-care. Even in the past, you needed more self-care. Nine of Wands can be a time where you're almost at the end of something, but you're super exhausted. Like that, the finish line is, you can see it, right? You can see the finish line, but you can see the new beginning. But man, you need some rest. You really do need some self-care and some rest because you're exhausted. And as a result, you're not feeling confident. You don't trust yourself to go on this new beginning. It might be time for a time out. You might need a little time out before this new beginning so that you can regain your confidence, regain your self-esteem, regain your will and your energy so that you feel ready. You might be jumping the gun here. Let's see what's coming up in the upcoming energy here. Upcoming energy. We see the Hierophant and the Seven of Cups in your upcoming energy. So that tells me that, you know, you're sort of stepping into the truth here. You're stepping towards the truth, but again, you're exhausted. So you might be fantasizing. You might be having wishful thinking. You sort of might be needing to move towards something, but again, not being completely sure of how to do that or what that is or if you'll be successful. There's almost this dialogue in your mind that's creating this uncertainty, if you will. And seeing the Hierophant combined with that card, I can't help but think that this is sort of deeply rooted in a spiritual lesson of enlightenment. Once you tackle this, you're going to understand a bigger truth entirely moving forward in the future. So this is almost a stepping stone towards a revelation for you that is spiritual in nature. It could be an awakening of some kind. It could be you really understanding where you need more training, where you need more education, where you need to invest yourself as you take this new journey. It's very interesting. I think this is going to be rooted in your spirituality. Now, your inner dialogue is that you're ready to do the work, but you're not actually ready to do the work. You're exhausted. So although you're ready to sort of like take this on, focus on self-care for now. Focus on self-care for this week at least, right? Focus on self-care. Focus on getting yourself ready for this new beginning where you're going to work really hard and become a master at something. You might need a teacher. You might need a teacher to help you. You have a new beginning here, but you don't currently have the mindset for this new beginning. We see the Page of Rods with the Sun in reverse coming out as your sort of outward expression that you're taking the first steps towards something, but you have no optimism about your ability to do it. And that's coming from being exhausted and not trusting yourself because you're exhausted and not having the confidence in yourself. Guess why? Because you're exhausted. You need to rest. Something must have just happened to sort of knock you out, I think. Something happened and you're starting a new beginning. You may have ended something recently. You need to recover from that before you get moving again. Your desire to start working hard now could be a way to escape the lesson in the Hierophant. You got to go through the process here in order to come out the other end successful. Let's see what your hopes and fears are. Oh, that's way too many. Let's see. Hopes and fears for Cancer. Something from the past ending. Like I just said, you went through something. A part of you could be happy it's over, but another part of you could be very sad that it's over. And that might be why you need more self-care, why you need to recover, why this is going to be sort of a stepping stone towards an awakening. This happened for a reason in the past. This was a lesson that started in the past. And there's a part of you that might not want to let it go. You might not want to let it go, but I think you're going to. Final outcome here is the 8 of Swords. So yeah, you're worried about the outcome. You're worried that this is over and you're sort of upset about the consequences maybe, or feeling like you're fearful of what could come next instead of getting excited about it. Yeah, this is a time where you're not feeling the ground beneath your feet is very stable. 9 of Pentacles in reverse. The 9 of Pentacles in reverse to me is a time where you have everything you need, but you don't see it that way. It's very similar to the Sun in reverse, where you've got this pessimistic attitude, but I'm convinced it's because you're exhausted. You need rest. You might see things with fresh eyes, like the Fool, once you've had a time to relax and rest and recover from whatever this was that happened that sort of took the wind out of your sails. You've had a long, tough journey. You've had a long, tough journey, Cancer, and now it's time to rest in preparation for what's to come, which is a beautiful sun here, and you becoming a master at something. You need rest, my dear friend. Rest and recovery. And some empathy, apparently. You got the empathy card. There's the image. It says here, forgive yourself and others. Oh, interesting. This could involve needing to forgive. Yes. Cleanse your body, mind, and environment of toxins. Be in stewardship of the earth. Be gentle. Be patient. The world is healing. I think you're healing. I think we drew this card for you because you're healing. You may need to forgive yourself or others. You may need a detox in your environment so that you can heal. You need to be gentle with yourself, patient with yourself, and be of service to this new beginning, right? And know that you're healing. You're healing and you need time to heal. So be patient. You don't need to rush this. I'm going to leave it at that for you. Thank you so much for joining me for this reading. If it's resonated for you, please consider subscribing, liking, commenting, sharing. It's so nice to connect with you through these readings. And as always, I'm sending you so much love and light and wishing you a wonderful week. Take care, my friends.